morning, everybody. Hello, what's up? It's Tova. I hope you all are doing well today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tova and I run an online clothing brand business called Reborn Club where I sell positive and uplifting messages on hoodies, journals, accessories, and so much more. So if you're interested in following along this small business journey, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's more of like a sit down video where I'm going to be talking about things that I'm doing differently in Q2 compared to Q1. I feel like normally my videos have been like vlogs mostly, but I just figured it would be nice if I shared some of my tips and some things that I really want to change for my business. It goes through ebbs and flows of being like status quo, and then something just takes off, a new design or something goes viral, and then it goes back to status quo. And I would like it to be a little bit more consistent. Q2 starts April 1st and ends June 30th. So now we're like kind of smack dead in the middle of Q2. So I want to talk about some things that I'm doing in this quarter that is different from the first quarter. To give you a little example or idea or like synopsis of how this video is going to go, I'm going to be talking about the content strategies that I'm doing and marketing strategies, things I'm doing with my finances, especially with Sage Accounting, things I'm doing with my product development and like new products in the future, collections, product sampling, things I'm doing with my customers, things I'm doing with my email marketing and SMS marketing, and so much more. So if this sounds interesting to you, keep watching this video because we're going to get into a lot of fun. All right, let's get into the first tip slash theme of this video, which is going to be product sourcing, product development, sampling, and rebranding, because I think that that's like the thing that's like number one on my mind right now. But first, let's make a coffee and then we'll get into this chatter. Cannot believe that it's already 2 p.m. and I'm having my first coffee of the day now. What is wrong with me? She's gorgeous. We've unlocked a new filming location. So in terms of brand identity and products and sampling, I have been going through like a really interesting period where I'm like not exactly happy with some of my products from before. I feel like I've really outgrown them. Like the big back designs, I love I'm So Grateful For You, I really do. But I just feel like some of the other ones are gonna be on their way out and discontinued, such as like I'm Rooting For You and I Love Your Energy. I don't know. Like as a business owner, you go through so many different phases and it goes through waves and stuff. And like when I started my business, that was where I identified my style and like myself and stuff like that. But as I continue to grow older and mature, I'm starting to feel like I don't really feel myself getting pulled towards like those big, I wouldn't even say like corny or whatever, but like the cliche designs, like the big text and stuff, like the person who's behind you reading it. I kind of want to go into more of like an artistic feel and simple and timeless and basic. And like my next sweat sets that I'm in the middle of sampling that were supposed to come Friday, but they're held at the border for some reason. These sweat sets are pretty much basic tone on tone embroidery. They're high quality. They're like a good timeless piece. They're not flashy or in your face, but there's still a message on there that can be like understood in so many different ways, and it's not so in your face. So that's kind of where I've been taking my business, especially in this next quarter and just going forward. I did want to show you what sourcing and sampling kind of looks like. So I do all my sourcing and sampling from Alibaba.com. Like it's just been the easiest way to find suppliers on there. It's taken a long time. I've worked with multiple suppliers, like I would say over 5 or 6 at this point. It's been a lot, and some of them have just been a complete, I wouldn't say scam, because like I got my products and stuff, but it did not work. And some of them have worked out. And so usually when you get your first set of samples, it comes with like a color book, or you can ask if you can get a color book of the fabric, especially if you like the fabric. Like this fabric, for instance, is the French terry fabric that I'm working with. As you can see, there's just so many different colors. So when it comes to sampling, I just kind of take a look at all these colorways, and then I find colors that I think will like work best for the season and my customers and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of sampling. I feel like as a business owner, if you're just starting out, I would take a look at the trending styles, the trending colors, the trending brands that are doing well and stuff, and see what they're doing. I definitely think like sweat sets will always be in. Same color top and bottom sweat sets, I really see them being like a timeless piece. You can dress them up, you can dress them down, and especially for colors, obviously like a baby blue is like a staple Reborn Club color. Like that's my favorite color, so I'm always gonna be including baby blue in there. But I've started to notice that like pinks are doing well, and same with like yellows and oranges and stuff, and some of these things are a little bit out of my comfort zone. But yeah, it's just trial and error. Hopefully that kind of gave you an idea. My brain's been like a little bit just of a jumble because of all this. I feel like I'm not inclined to post as much about my business because I'm like in this weird stage where I can't show people the new stuff I'm working on because it's samples and I haven't even gotten it in yet, and I don't even know if I like it yet. So I can't like show you guys that. But then the stuff from the past, I don't feel like I'm 100% in love with it. So I don't feel like that proud to show you it. So I'm now stuck in this in between where it's like not here nor there, and it's really uncomfortable. Hopefully this is something I could break through in this quarter, and then by the third quarter I'm like flying. It's like a breeze, and I just have all the products I want, and I feel in line with my brand. That's the goal. That's the first thing about what I'm doing this quarter to like spice up my business. On to the next one. Now let's talk about finances, expenses, and money. I feel like in the first quarter, I was so busy doing my taxes that I kind of like pushed 2025 money to the side. I'm back on track in this quarter because I don't know about you, but at least in the past for me, like looking at my bank accounts and looking at finances was always kind of like a little bit of doomsday feeling. I was always a little bit scared because it's like, what if I'm not making as much as I thought I was? What if I spent way more than I thought I spent? It's just like, it's scary. Like it's something that I always avoided looking at, but that is totally the wrong approach. You should have a healthy relationship with your money in and out. You should have a healthy relationship with your finances, just like you would have a healthy relationship with your partner. You're not going to be like, oh my God, they came home, I'm not going to even look their way because I'm scared to know what happened to them today. No, you're gonna talk to them. And so the same thing should be with your finances. You should not be afraid to look at your finances, and you should have a system in place that like allows you to have that healthy relationship. And for me, that system is Sage Accounting. I track all my expenses and do all of my expenses with Sage Accounting. They're like an all-in-one software where you can manage your bookkeeping, money in and out, invoicing, transactions, HR, employees, like everything all in the same place. Now, in this quarter, I think it's so important to do like an audit of your expenses because we are not avoiding our expenses. So this is a great time for you to utilize Sage Accounting and see the analytics of your money in and out, the trends of your money, where you're spending your money, and their range of reports that they have depending on what you're looking for. This will help you get a better feel of where you're putting your money and how you're spending it, and if it's in excess or if you're spending a little bit less than what you could be, gives you an idea so you are financially smart. Because after completing my 2024 tax return, I'll be honest, there was a lot of things I spent my money on where I was like, you didn't have to do that. That was not necessary. You didn't use that. There's a bunch of subscriptions and stuff where it was like, you could have canceled that subscription months ago. Even though the subscription might have been like $15, I could have saved $15 for 6 months. I could have got myself a brand new pair of shoes. I'm not even using the subscription, which ties me into my next point that in this quarter, I've been looking at my expenses weekly. I know that's kind of like a lot, maybe. For me, it's a lot because in the past, I would look at my expenses sometimes like every other month. Looking at it every other month, you miss a lot of the fine-tuning details. You also miss like when you went out for coffee to do like a work date, or the small thing that you bought off Amazon for your business. These are all small things that you could have missed out on that you don't remember that it was a business expense, and you might categorize it differently, which also leads into my next point with finances, that it's smart for you to have a separate credit card for your finances, like a business credit card, or even if you don't have a business credit card, you don't want to pay for a business credit card or like register for one, you can just have 2 credit cards, one for your business and one for your personal spending. So that way, when you do your expenses on Sage Accounting, everything is separate. Also, in terms of having a separate credit card, if you can get a high rewards credit card for your business, I really do think that that would benefit. I do have a rewards credit card for my business, but I am understanding that it is not getting me the amount of like satisfaction and points that I could get. So I am going to be switching over to an Amex because right now my point system, like, it's just nothing in compared to what I could get with an Amex. It's so worth it. Just as an example, I'm gonna show you how you can go through your expenses with Sage Accounting. Here is where you can see every penny you've spent along with where it goes in terms of your income and spending categories. As you can see, you can take whatever transaction you have and you can categorize it like office expense, accounting expenses, like overhead costs. You get to categorize it exactly what something has been used for. But once again, if you don't look through your expenses on a weekly basis or even like bi-weekly basis or monthly basis, you're gonna forget a lot of where things are coming from or going to. So I recommend to go through it more frequently than not. And also doing it every single week now, it has literally taken me like 5 minutes. Meanwhile, if I were to do it every other month, it would take me way longer than 5 minutes. Let me just tell you that. Also, another goal for this quarter with Sage Accounting is to move all my invoicing to Sage Accounting platform because they have a Stripe integration, which makes invoicing so much easier and more secure. You're able to not only get paid faster and more efficiently with Stripe, but you can also see when when your clients have viewed, received, and then paid all your invoices. It's literally a seamless process and it's safe. All in all, Sage Accounting is perfect for you if you want to manage your accounting, payroll, bookkeeping, and employees all in one place. This is good for you if you are a solopreneur like I am, or if you run a bigger business and you have employees to handle. It's incredibly seamless and puts you in control of literally everything. You can manage your payments, automate, import it, and bin, get in control of your cash flow on the go with their mobile app. If you don't have a current accounting platform or you've never started with one before, this is your sign because you do need one and you can try out Sage Accounting. They also have a deal right now where you can get your first 3 months completely for free. So you can just try it out and see if you like it. I promise you will. No strings attached. Get in charge of your finances for 2025 now because it's only Q2. You still have way more of this year to go. Better late than never. Start today with Sage Accounting. You can use the link in the description box down below to snag their deal and check out their platform. Anyways, let's hop on to the next tip. All right, let's talk about my next tip, which is all about content creation. Now, something that I'm trying to do differently in this quarter is to really script out my videos and set guidelines for my videos so I know what I want to film shot by shot. Typically in the past, all I've done is just take a bunch of videos and then use it for something later, and I'm kind of doing this aimlessly with no direction, but I realize that the videos just turn out so much better when I have a shot list and a plan and a script. Even if I can go into the video knowing, okay, this is what I want to film, I begin to film things that are for that video, and this has worked out so much better than just filming a bunch of things and then deciding what I want the video to be about after. Having an aesthetic social media and one that's put together and looks good and captures someone's attention is extremely important because it's almost like a vessel. It's a way for you to capture their attention, and then from there they go on to check out your other social media, they go on to check out your website, and hopefully the end goal, they go on to purchase something. I guess what I'm trying to say here is for the second quarter and going forward, I'm just trying to be more intentional with my content, to do research before I post something, to see what's trending, to have proper hooks, and to really just put in more effort because I have noticed a direct increase in my social media engagement and sales when I do put in the effort to posting. So in terms of editing, I use CapCut. It's been the easiest software for me. I have the pro version. I actually really do think that the pro version is worth it. There's so many different edits and so many transitions that you can do that look really professional and look hard to accomplish, but it's actually quite easy because everything they have on there is just set up for you. It's very user friendly. Another video editing software that I use is Final Cut Pro. I also use Procreate when it comes to doodling on photos and having a handwritten effect on things. But yeah, I guess that's my goals and what I'm doing for content creation this quarter. I wanted to talk about the next tip / thing that I'm doing in regards to email and SMS marketing. I have said this like a couple times before, but I'm trying my best to come up with different email flows and automations to make it easier on me and like basically work while I'm sleeping and collect sales passively. I recently started running ads for my business. I do notice with ads that a lot of people will come onto my website, and even though they might not purchase something, they still typically sign up for emails. This is a waste of space / time if people are signing up for emails but you're not entertaining them in any way. And for the longest time, like the only emails I would send out would be like the welcome email, which is like, welcome to Reborn Club, you're now subscribed, if that even sends. And then it would just be like, hey, today's launch day, this just dropped. But there's no back and forth engagement. That is 100% what I'm lacking. I think with SMS marketing, it's a little bit different because I don't want to get on people's nerves. Like that's a little bit more invasive because it's like an SMS, it comes straight to their phone. With emails, I can get a little bit more creative with it. So right now I'm setting up an email flow. So when people sign up, like when you enter my website and then it pops up and says, welcome, do you want a 10% off discount or whatever it is, then people will put in their email and then they will get sent an email with the discount. And then it'll go on to say like the next day being like, hey, are you still eyeing that thing from your cart? Today only 20% off. It like lasts for 24 hours or whatever. And then the next day after that, it could say, by the way, this is your last chance to get that 20% off deal. Like take a look at what our reviews are saying on our website and stuff. And then it could take like a couple days, you know, like wait like 5 more days. And then it could be, hey, did you realize that we had a YouTube channel? Basically these flows, they go out every so often. And then I want to have campaigns that go out that are also like automated and scheduled where it's not just about launches, but it's about a lookbook or like as seen on our customers and stuff like that to build a relationship with people. That is something that I'm trying to do in this second quarter because I suck at that right now. Every time I say I'm gonna do it, I never do. But go-to softwares that I use for this. I use OmniSend for my email campaigns, but you can also use Shopify. It's free, and you can use their forms and their flow apps. That's like a third-party thing that you can add on. It's like an add-on to your website. And you can do pop-ups on your website to collect email subscribers from there. You can also send out automations on there. So yeah, if you're using Shopify, that's also another great tool for you to check out. If you do not have a pop-up on your website when someone enters the website, go and do that right now, because you are missing out on subscribers. Having email and SMS subscribers are so important to building a community and having a lasting business and getting sales on like launch days or whenever you're dropping something. So do that right now. If you want a way to entice people to become part of your email club or SMS club, just give them a discount or give them something for free. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or big, but you gotta give them something. I guess this actually flows really well into my next tip and the last thing that I'm talking about, and that is on retaining customers. So obviously this ties into the point before, because it is so important to retain your customers through email and SMS marketing, and that is something that I'm lacking right now. But also, just as a side note, I do have like a 70-80% customer retention rate. Like on launch days, 70 to 80% of the people who order are actually returning customers, which I think is really incredible. And a lot of the time people ask how I do this, because it's hard, and I get it. One of my favorite ways to do it is like by being a friend to people. I feel like even on this YouTube channel, you get like such a friendly vibe from me, and I want it to feel like that. Like you and I, we're just talking, we're just chilling. I think that that's a superpower if you are a small business owner, because you can be personal with people, and I think that it works. Reaching out to people, DMing people, like liking people's photos when they tag you, if they ever do tag you and they're wearing your stuff or they're using your stuff, like engaging, commenting back to everybody, like responding back to comments if they comment on your stuff, taking the time to ask your top customers and stuff how they're doing, or send them an email customer appreciation, or like those are all ways that you can like build a loyal following and trust and like customer base. But another way that I recently added into my second quarter is a broadcast channel on Instagram. This is something that I never did before, but it is slowly growing now, and it's fun because I'm posting behind the scenes stuff, and like with a new launch that's coming. I haven't announced it at all on my main Instagram, but I've announced it in the broadcast channel, and I even shot a video of me showing sneak peeks of like the colors and like some of the stuff that's coming, so people feel like it's a little bit more exclusive and they feel like they're part of a community, and that is something that I was lacking. So I would say in the second quarter, the two things I'm doing the most is email marketing flows to keep people in the know and just keep them a part of the community. On top of that, the broadcast channel. Another way that you can add in a loyal community is by doing lives. When I go on TikTok live, I'm able to communicate and chat with my followers, and when they purchase something, if I'm on the TikTok live, then I like show them me packing their order, and like I'll usually throw in some freebies and stuff. And I feel like this really works to create that relationship where it's like they're supporting a human being that they like per se. And obviously having very good customer service is another way that you can build a loyal customer base and a good community and retain your customers. I hope that these tips were helpful. I didn't want this video to be too like stagnant in one place, hence why I was moving around and stuff in this video. So I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any videos of mine, and so we can become friends. If you did make it this far, then leave a comment down below what your favorite tip / topic that we talked about in this video was, because I would love to know. Obviously, if you have questions, just leave a comment down below too. I will talk to you guys again sometime soon, and don't forget to stay cool. Peace.